Hello there, everyone, I guess. Changing up the intro this time around to just see how it's going to go. And you probably know this by the video itself, it's set up a little differently. This time around, I'm going to try a little bit of a different approach to making these types of videos. Personally, I kind of like doing this, and it feels like I'm being more creative when I'm doing this rather than just showing still images. So I'm going to use still images that I have drawn myself. Bear in mind, if I do continue this pattern, or if you guys want me to continue doing this stuff, I'll make sure the pictures are of a higher quality next time around. So, I'm here to talk about my predictions for Fallout 4 DLC. Now, I'm going to back up these predictions with a little bit of evidence from the previous two Fallout video games to try to help me strengthen my argument for what I think the DLC for this game is going to be about. And as I was thinking, I've noticed a lot of parallels, not only between the DLCs from Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but also in terms of the plot between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. I might talk about those parallels in a different video, but we're here to discuss about DLC. Now, I'll first state the comparisons that I've drawn between the various DLC packs in the two games. So, I'll start off with the Broken Steel DLC pack from Fallout 3, and I've drawn a comparison to the Lonesome Road DLC pack for New Vegas, primarily because those two DLCs focus on the character, him or herself, either wrapping up their story or kind of explaining their story a little bit more, respectively, to each DLC. And I found that to be interesting. Then I continued and thought about The Pit from Fallout 3 and Dead Money from Fallout New Vegas. And I've drawn the parallel that they kind of focus on darker themes and the idea of people becoming desperate to achieve something. In the Pit, it described a guy trying to rebuild civilization, but he went so far as to start using slave labor and all that stuff. And for Dead Money, it displays a person desperate to the point where he's just kidnapping people from all over the place and pinning them in the Sierra Madre and trying to get the gold. So up next is the Point Lookout DLC from Fallout 3 and Honest Hearts from New Vegas, and both those I found that they mostly focused on the area and the story within the area than anything else. Next, we have the Mothership Zeta, or however you pronounce it, DLC from Fallout 3, which I've played on my Let's Play if you want to go see that, and the Old World Blues DLC from Fallout New Vegas, which personally is my favorite DLC pack I've ever played for the Fallout series. Both of those mainly revolve around a heavier lean on science fiction themes and ideas, and a little bit more comedic than normal, which I freaking love. I love that. And then for the last few DLC packs between the two games, I mostly drew a blank with a comparison, so I'm going to label them under like wildcard DLC packs. DLC packs that are just thrown in there to give a little bit more stuff to the game itself. So for Fallout 3, it's the Operation Anchorage pack and the Courier Stash and Gunrunner's Arsenal from Fallout New Vegas. Now, with the comparisons in these DLCs that I've drawn, I'm going to use them as a guideline to make predictions about DLC packs for Fallout 4. So here we go. Let's start off with a DLC that will focus more on the character. I imagine that the Memory Den would have to be used for something because it's just too interesting of an idea not to use the Memory Den. Seriously, you could get so much potential out of that Memory Den, and it could reveal so much more about the character and or other characters in the game, and show like how your character has influenced them or changed their lives throughout the course of the main story. And next, I'm going to go over the dark themes. This I imagine would be perfect for the glowing sea and the children of Adam that were just in this crater. Seriously, Fallout 4, you can't introduce the children of Adam in the middle of the freaking crater where the bomb blew up, show them not being affected by radiation, and just say, oh, keep going to that one scientist you need to fine. Just ignore these people. They're just here being highly irradiated but not killed. So, seriously, guys, do something about the glowing sea if you're listening to this, which I don't know why you would be. So, yeah, I imagine the glowing sea would be a perfect scenery for, like, something that revolves around, like, dark tones, because, like, it's poisonous, just like the other two areas that revolved around darker themes. So next would be locations. Now, the thing is, when it comes to locations, in this game, it could quite literally be anywhere on the planet because of the teleporter technology that has been displayed in the game. Now, before you go saying, oh, that's only Institute technology, only they can use it, no. I will point out that at the end of the Old World Blues DLC, you're given a teleporter which gives you the ability to teleport in and out of Big Mountain and the New Vegas Wasteland. So, teleporter technology is not specific to the Commonwealth, so yeah, it would be easy to see the teleporter being used to go to a far-off location. And I'm just throwing this out there. We could probably do it with a little bit of Annexed Canada, maybe have it like have a crap ton of military military strongholds, but now that I think of it, and an Annexed Canada area wouldn't really do too well, considering there probably weren't any vaults made there, so probably somewhere else within the United States, or at least within the Commonwealth that the Institute is located at. And on to the one that I really hope we get concerning sci-fi themes and a little bit goofier would be, I hope that there'd be something concerning the Sea of Tranquility, considering that in the main story, you're pushed through an area that references the Sea of Tranquility and depicts people fighting on the moon. Now, I imagine that if they were to go with the route of going to the Sea of Tranquility and having like a sci-fi themed DLC there, I imagine the teleporter technology would be used once again to get you up there. And again, before you start barking, hey, wouldn't that be impossible for the teleporter to get you all the way up there? I would say, hold on. The game never specifically stated the limitations of the teleporter technology, only that it requires a lot of power. So that can easily be solved by whichever faction you decide to side with. I imagine they would be able to pump enough energy into that teleporter to launch you to the moon. So if Fallout 4 does not do the Sea of Tranquility, I hope they do something with all the water that they have on the map. But then again, the Aqua Boy or Aqua Girl perk would just completely destroy like the tension of water, like underwater areas. It does, and it's one of the first perks I go after because I love exploring. So yeah, for sci-fi, I'm hoping for either the Sea of Tranquility or underwater in the bay. And lastly, for Wildcard DLC, I would simply like more quests. More quests, please. Please, that would be amazing. And I'm just throwing this out there. Personally, I would like them to do something concerning the super mutants in this game, because for me, it felt like the super mutants were a lot more organized than the earlier games. Like, in earlier games, like, all the super mutants were outloaded with, like, a gun or a minigun and just wandered the place. Maybe with, like, a little, foothold in a building here or there. But in this game, they seem to have, like, designated classes, such as the suicide one, the, kind of like a dog handler one, because I've seen super mutants just going around with mutant dogs. So, like, it would be interesting for there to be like another super mutant leader, but I'm probably just shooting too far into the dark and just hitting the wall in the back of the room. But I would like something to do with the super mutants, because to me they just feel way more organized in this game than any other game. So those are some of my predictions for Fallout 4 DLC. I hope that some of them may come true. And I also must say, this might be one of the last videos concerning like predictions or analysis of Fallout 4 before my Fallout 4 review, which I'm going to set up shortly, but not before the DLC comes out, so I can get a full look at the game as a whole. since I've already gotten the season pass. So, in the comment section below, present your predictions for Fallout 4 DLC, and please add evidence if you need it to strengthen your argument for how it could happen or why it would happen. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all later.